Your application has been denied, and it's the 7th time this week. But at least they're finally responding. This is the reality for many data analysts. They've spent months learning only to be stuck in an endless loop of getting a job. And unfortunately, the numbers show that most never make it. And it's because of a huge mistake, because you can still become a data analyst, and it's one of the best jobs for beginners with a 70,000 per year entry-level salary and the opportunity to work from home. And you don't need any experience or a degree, but it's not easy, let's be real. But if you follow this roadmap, you'll become job ready, guaranteed. And the first step is to learn how to think like a data analyst. You need to learn the basics. And for this, you can use a course like Google Data Analytics. But nowadays, there's also plenty of different options from IBM, Microsoft, Data Camp, and more. I'll give you a roadmap so you don't need to remember the exact courses. Next, as a data analyst, you will use Excel. But when you need to work with larger data sets, it's not the best option, and instead, the data is stored in a database which you manage with a query language indirectly. The most popular language is called Structured Query Language, or SQL, and most data analyst job listings will require some level of SQL, so we should probably learn it. I like the Learn SQL Basics for Data Science course by UC Davis. You can also take a free tutorial on YouTube or on a practice site. I've heard many people that thought they knew SQL until they got to an interview, so it's worth putting some time into it. Now, some things are best done via code, and it's harder in the beginning, but once you know it, it opens you up to a new world of opportunities. But do not worry, there's no need to become a programmer. Now, there are currently two main programming languages used in data analytics, and Python, which is the general programming language used across many different fields, and data analysts will basically use Python and then certain packages which are helpful for working with data, like creating data visualizations or analyzing data with Python. And for example, pandas, numpy, and matplotlib. R is another programming language often used in academia and research, and while it's not as popular as Python, it's still very useful, and I would go with Python anyway if I wasn't sure, but both are good options. The top rated Python course I know is called Python for Everybody. I mean, just look at the numbers, but you need to quickly switch to a Python for Data course because there's so many things to learn in Python, so you want to focus quickly. I recommend the Google Advanced Data Analytics Certificate, and you're basically almost exclusively using Python here. And you can even try Python for Data Science or something like that, although some things will be above our level, so it just depends on what you want to do. Now, recruiters like those who are good at data visualization softwares, and here you can create graphs, reports, dashboards, and other visualizations. And you can use Python or Excel to create these too, but these specific softwares have some advantages too. And the main softwares are Power BI and Tableau, and they're both kind of just as popular, so it doesn't really matter that much. You can try this course from Microsoft, which teaches you how to be a data analyst using Power BI, or you can try this course from Data Camp teaching you how to do the same using Tableau. Pick your favorite. Or if you're an overachiever, learn both. They basically do the same things. Now at this point, you have the core skills, so we can begin fixing some issues. And first, how's your level of Excel? IBM has a course called Excel for Data Analytics, and it's only 11 hours, so it's very, very efficient, and I do recommend that you try it out because if you find it easy or doable, your level is probably good, but if you don't, then you can focus more. And one course that you can take is called Excel for Business. It's pretty long and you don't need the entire thing, but it's very good practice, especially if you notice that you're kind of lacking a bit of Excel. Moving on to projects, the next step. And most people should start with guided projects where you basically follow along doing a project with a mentor. And here are some that I recommend on the screen. You can also find them online for free on YouTube. Projects are a great way of learning and also to start building your own portfolio. But eventually you'll want to start making your own projects because they're more customizable and more valuable both to learn but also as a portfolio project. You can either start from scratch or you can also improve and adapt one of your guided portfolio projects. Now, since times are tough, let's be realistic, and people are competing for the same number of jobs, it's good to consider any way to stand out. And one option here is to get a certification. So here are the two most popular certifications for beginners and how to prepare for them. So the first one is the Tableau Data Analyst Certification, and they have a free learning path, or you can go to Data Camp and prepare using their structured learning track. The next one is Microsoft PL300, and it's also known as the Microsoft Power BI Data Analyst Certification. So if you are a Power BI user, you should definitely go for this one. And you can use the Microsoft Power BI Data Analyst course on Coursera to prepare quite efficiently for it. I will leave a free data analyst roadmap with the exact courses in the description. Now you know all the skills and how you can learn them, but to get a job you will also need a portfolio, which I cover more in detail in this video somewhere on the screen, because I think that's for you because you want to become a data analyst, right?